guys, welcome back to You and I. Thank you so much for stopping by and clicking on today's video. And as you can tell by the thumbnail, I am going to show you how to create this look. It is a very natural looking makeup. That does not mean that I didn't use a lot of makeup, because I did use a lot of makeup. You'd be happy to know that 80% of all the makeup that I use to create this look is drugstore products, so they are very affordable, and the rest, the 20%, are quite pricey but not too expensive. Nevertheless, they are worth every single dollar that you spend on. But yeah, it's a very easy look to recreate. I love the very natural looks. I do a lot of natural makeup on my channel, so if you like those type of videos, don't forget to subscribe. Do so right now. Oh, one more thing, the list of all the products that I use are down in the description box. I always list them down below. So yeah, let's just stop talking and let's get into the video. Alright, the first thing I did was add extra moisture onto my face, and for that I used the Clinique Moisture Surge face spray and just let it air dry. Afterwards, I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is the Pore Minimizing Primer. It was, I believe, one of my May favorites. So if you're interested in watching that, I'll put the link down below. And basically apply this to the center of my face and my forehead. This will create a perfect canvas for applying makeup. Moving on to foundation. For foundation, I use the Matte and Poreless by Maybelline. I do use the shade number 228. And I also have a demo just using this foundation. So if you're interested in watching it, I'll put the link down in the description box as well, or somewhere here on the screen. I love this foundation. This has become my ultimate favorite, like top 5, I believe. You really have to work really fast when using this foundation. Blend it really quickly because it does set really fast. So for concealer, I am using the e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer in the shade Light. And I apply this to my under eyes, down the bridge of my nose, the center of my forehead, and my chin. To blend it out, I use the Elizabeth Arden dual-ended brush. Of course, to blend out the concealer under the eyes, I am using the smaller brush, and I like to pat it in. So basically press it into the under eyes. I think this makes the concealer not crease as much. I don't know, it's just a tip that works for me. I suggest you try it out and hopefully it works out for you. And of course, also blend in the rest with the bigger side of the brush. To set the concealer under my eyes, I use the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blends in number 10 Clean, and just basically press on the setting powder on the area. Just try to press it on. I do sweep, but I try to sweep the least possible. My goal is to just press on the setting powder. I feel like when I do this, my concealer tends to crease less. For extra coverage, I did use the True Match Gentle Mineral Powder Foundation by Loreal, and I use the shade W67. I always take this foundation with me when I am on the go. It is so easy to apply. I love this foundation. I tend to be oily from my T-zone. I don't know what this foundation has, but it controls the oiliness from my face, and I love that. And of course, we can't forget to conceal the red mark from the left side of my nose. I'm using the Clinique Even Better Concealer. I know it's discontinued, but just basically any concealer that matches my skin tone and that covers that redness will do. For primer, for the eyes, I'm using the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion and just apply it all over the lid. And to set the primer, I did use the shade Danger from the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette and basically apply this shadow all over the lid. And what this does, it just seals the primer in place and gives the eyelid a more even tone. Using the Too Faced Natural Matte palette and using the shade Honey Butter, I applied it all over the lid. And to apply it, I use an IT Cosmetics brush in the number 112. I love this brush. I love the shade Honey Butter. Just apply it all over the lid. On the crease, I applied Chocolate Cookie using the Chanel number 20 brush. It is the Contour Shadow Brush. To intensify the shade, you have to apply several layers of Chocolate Cookie. And just basically sweep it mostly in the outer corner of the eye. To bring some light into the brow bone, I use the shade Heaven and just basically applied a bit of it and then go back in with a blending brush just to blend in any harsh lines. I really forgot to film this 2 times. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So I went in with a blending fluffy brush like this one, and I added the shade Strapless to this area, and I swept it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to achieve this shade like this. After I apply the eyeliner, I went over the eyeliner with this Sonia Kashuk number 27 brush, and I grabbed the shade S'Espresso, applied it to the brush, and just went over the eyeliner with the powder eyeshadow. Doing this will just set the eyeliner and make it last longer and make it stand out a bit more than the eyeliner on its own. I'm gonna add chocolate cookie to the lower lash line. For the lips, I use the NYX Liquid Suede Creme Lipstick in the shade 04 Soft Spoken. This was my first time trying on this lipstick and I completely fell in love with it. For a very light contour, I use the Wet n Wild Megaglo Contouring Palette and I use the Chanel brush number 2. This is a powder slash contour brush. I love this brush. It's so soft and it makes contouring and blending so easy and quick. I love it. And for blush, I use the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Dazzled. And this is just a Chanel blush brush. And just apply it to the apples of your cheeks. And that pretty much ends this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time.